If you're inspo tanks, and make no mistake, you've come to the right place. Just give to Neil the time to straight up blow your mind with a new show of drawing a blank.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Drawing a Blank. I'm very excited to be drawing something very near and dear to my heart today. I'm drawing the god of the sun, origin of all that is good and mother to us all, Okami, Amaterasu. For anyone who hasn't played the game Okami yet, it is a game set in ancient fantastical Japan and you play as Amaterasu, or Ami, a white wolf who just so happens to be the goddess of the sun. It's a beautiful game with mechanics similar to the Legend of Zelda series and also has an amazing story, wonderful characters, beautiful music, and is without a doubt one of my favorite games of all time. Which is why Sean and I are now playing it over on his channel starting this weekend. The first 2 episodes are out now, so go check it out. Without any further delays though, let's talk a bit more about this piece and my love for this game. I played Okami for the first time a few years after its initial release when I was in middle school on the PS2. A friend of mine at the time loaned me the game saying that I would love it and it was right up my alley. And although they were 10,000% correct, I of course resisted sitting down to actually play the game for a few months. It was definitely one of those situations where you stupidly resist getting into something your friends suggest out of pure stubbornness. But man, when I did sit down and start playing, I fell in love almost immediately. Once I got past the extremely long opening bit anyway. I loved the game so much that after returning my friend's copy to them, I ended up buying the game for myself. And then buying the Wii version of the game as well. And then buying the HD remaster on the PS3. And now we've bought the game again on the Nintendo Switch to play for you guys on the channel. I love this game so much, and I'm so excited to be playing it for you guys. I've done a few different Okami-based pieces in the past, so Ami was something I was definitely familiar with drawing before I started this piece. Whenever drawing Okami art, I always have a back and forth in my head about how expressive to make the characters, because the art style of the game doesn't really have expressive facial animation, and more so leans on expressive body language to get its humor across. My own art style, though, heavily focuses on facial expression, but my vision of Ami is also very emotionless and stoic. It's always a challenge to try and figure out how to balance these two visions of Ami I have in my head, and how to adjust my own style to match that vision. I decided to keep Ami more in my own rough, sketchy style this time around, and I really liked the end result. Giving her a dynamic pose and expression just felt right, and it fit my own style, but it also fit the style of the game. Lately, a lot of my work has been done in this sketchy style. I will admit that a big part of that comes from me not wanting to go back and do line art over my sketches, but another part is my love of traditional rough animation. I love loose, rough drawings where you can still see the artist's pencil work underneath, and where you can still see where the artist pushed harder on the pencil to emphasize a line. I love loose, rough drawings where you can still see the artist's pencil work underneath. And when you can see where the artist pushed harder on the pencil to emphasize a line, it's almost like the line is more alive. Like you can feel how solid a drawing is and how the line's weight is emphasizing the movement of a character. I love it. You can find all sorts of beautiful rough animation that showcases this, but easily the stuff that influenced me the most as a kid was the Disney movies where they switched to using the Xerox machine to transfer rough animation directly to the screen, like in 101 Dalmatians. It's beautiful to see the artist's original work, and I hope that there's others out there who enjoy the style as much as I do. It does mean sacrificing polish, which is a very hard thing to do as an artist. You always think that people are only interested in perfectly polished work and that you can't show any of your mistakes. But learning to get over this fear has helped me grow so much and allowed me to finish many more projects and complete them much faster. So all in all, I think that's okay by me. Back to Okami though. I actually played this game before I had ever touched a Legend of Zelda game. So Okami was my introduction to Zelda, and because of that, I often jokingly refer to it as my favorite Zelda game. I hope you guys have been enjoying the Okami music I have in the background of this video, and hopefully I didn't make it too overpowering. I'm still getting the hang of mixing music and audio in my videos, so forgive me if I accidentally made it too loud or too soft. I wanted to keep the background for this piece nice and simple this time around. The sun is behind Ami, and we get those nice iconic red sunbeams spilling down on her. My goal was to keep things graphic and bold like the game itself. Keeping the color palette to mostly red, yellow, white, and black helped push that idea. Even though I didn't draw Ami with the thick black lines, I wanted to reference that in the background. So around the sun I used my splatter brush and then followed that up by using my watercolor brush to get that nice heavy ink look. And here we have Okami Amaterasu growling and braying up the sun. I hope you guys like my piece, and please check out Okami if you haven't. If any of this sounded interesting to you, Okami is definitely a game you should at least try. This print will be available on my Redbubble store if you're interested in buying a copy. Don't be surprised if I do at least one more Okami painting before our playthrough is complete. I'll probably end up doing more, if we're being completely honest. I hope you guys enjoyed this piece and enjoy our playthrough. Have a fantastic week, everyone, and I'll see you back here next Sunday. Please stay inspired.